wrong button. There we go. That's the right button. Welcome, everybody, to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, Episode 5. My name is Sam Leonard. I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
My name is Zerger, playing Lumi, the Circle of Stars Druid.
Suda, playing Risha, the dashing rogue who's gonna go have some choice words for their fence Vex.
This is Sadie playing Zari, the Storm Herald Barbarian.
I'm Inter. I'm playing Krior, the really fast monk.
I am Dean. I'm playing Loriendo, the Grave Cleric.
I'm Ashes. I am playing Eberkeet, the Divination Wizard.
All right. Well, I forgot to ask before the stream, so I'll just go over what happened last time. So, after exploring the town and getting collecting a new friend who is doing some sort of dark magic, you guys rested for the night, and then during the day verified that the town was in fact, that the undead were in fact dying. The large ones were hanging around for longer, so you killed a few of them and decided to head back home. On your way back home, you ran into a small ambush of a couple of bug creatures whose name just went out of my head.
Onkegs.
And discovered that one Bowen was not being entirely truthful with it, about his everything. But after some small misadventures, you guys managed to get that is not the song I thought it was. Go with that song. Stop. Haha. You guys get back to Haifa and pull into the Blue Rock Adventurers Guild, carrying along the knowledge of Miva, one captive Bowen, and a plan to get paid. So, you guys are parked just outside of the Blue Rock Adventurers Guild. The other cart that came out here with you, with the Salty Circle, is back, and looks like it has been, like, the Vuji, the goat horses, have been disconnected. So it's been back for some amount of time. You're not sure how long. They left 2 days before you guys did. It looks more banged up than it did when you left, but otherwise okay. And yeah.
Lumi will start off by getting off the cart and doing the traditional road trip stretch and just crack as many limbs as possible.
So we should probably take Rowan to the guard place to be kept safe.
You don't have to do that. You could just let me go.
Somebody had a
Rowan.
friend in the cards, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, Rowan.
Rowan, you still did something bad, but we also want to get you home. Can I ask you to please disguise yourself with a different face so that people don't know it's you we are taking into custody?
I mean, who should I disguise myself as? And he looks around and turns into Risha. And then turns back into Rowan. I am who I am.
Well, we don't my concern is that if people see you walking through the streets to the guardhouse, any members of the cult that are around might see you and decide to come get you uh, in the uh, in the jail cells. So this is for your own safety.
The other
Very-
option is we put a sack over your head.
I mean, wouldn't you normally?
I don't
Not
believe
necessarily.
I don't believe in such things.
Very well. And he looks very like, he once he's fairly certain that he's not being observed by anybody but you guys. He turns into a very young-looking, boy, really, with a giant, bulbous nose, fine features. Other than that, with just small points in the ear and one fang on the right hand upper jaw.
Okay, that'll work. Someone want to come with me to see Captain Amari?
Sure, I will get with you. If he escapes, I can keep up.
I don't think he'll do that.
The boy rolls his eyes.
Okay, we are off.
Okay.
You all have fun with that. I've got business.
So that'll take about an hour to get there. So what is the rest of you doing?
Post road trip stretch, Lumi will just start moseying in towards the headmaster of the company, or whatever title she has.
Guildmaster Gamil.
Yeah, head
He.
towards the offices of Guildmaster Gamil.
Okay. Anybody going in with Lumi?
I think the out of game plan was to have Iberkeet follow, but
Okay.
I'm not sure if.
Yep. Okay. So Iberkeet and Lumi will be heading in. Two left.
Risha's got some business with Vex to attend to.
Okay. See, Vex lives at number 10, I believe. So that's
Affirmative.
about a 45 minutes to an hour walk. So we'll come back to you, Dean. What are you doing?
I guess I'd follow into the guild house.
Okay. All right. So we will start with the three going into the guild house. Players go to that one. Haha. Too many pages. So, walking into the front door of the guild house. Please tell me you guys can see this.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So walking into the front door, you see a youngish woman who I don't have a name for right now, so I'm not going to name her. And Arpy, standing behind the desks here. Arpy is the master of missions, is how she likes to be known. She's basically the one who collates the jobs, finds them. The younger woman is... You think she, from what you've seen of her, you think she works the front desk because she's attractive. And she's the one who verifies that you are taking a mission and to make sure nobody else takes it. Arpy is the one who starts, finds the missions and recognizes you as you coming in and says, "Oh, you made it back. Good. Success?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Ready for debrief and anytime. Got any ale lying around?
I'm sure there's some in the kitchen. You can get some later. I'm sure Gamil will want to talk with you and get you paid. Hold on a second, and she leaves out the back door behind the place. And after a moment or three, you hear the office door to Gamil's office open up, and she ushers the three of you inside. Gamil is seated behind his desk doing something with paperwork. And he looks like he is aware that you guys were coming in because obviously Arpy passed through his office in order to get you here. He looks up and kind of puffs on his pipe a little bit and says to you guys, so good news then. Did just the three of you survive?
Nah, we came back at full strength.
Congratulations. It's better than the Salty Circle did. They were not too positive on your success, but they did let us know enough information to verify what had been going on. So if you want to tell me in your own words what you discovered. We don't have to sum this up, but after a little bit of
Lumi will explain all of it, not naming names or pointing Rowan as a part of the cult, more that we apprehended a spellcaster that had put up a magic circle that inadvertently wreaked necromantic havoc on Miva.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but the energies diffused and whatever was standing, we beat down before we left.
Okay. So preliminarily, I will call this mission a success. If you come to find out that you guys did not succeed as thoroughly as you think you did, you will owe the guild a debt, but barring that, you guys have worked for us for long enough to trust you. And he gets up and heads out of the room. He's gone for several minutes, and walks back in holding a 2 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot wooden box, chest really, and sets it down on the corner of the table, corner of his desk, and then goes in and sits behind it and says, less fees and payout to the Salty Circle. I believe this is your pay.
Thank you. Lumi will start lifting it, lift it a quarter of an inch, and drop it.
It's between the chest and I mathed this earlier. 26 pounds of money plus another 4-ish pounds of box. Call it 30 pounds.
Yep. Quarter inch lift before thump.
I would make a joke about spending it all in one place, but I figure you guys are going to spread it out amongst the 6 of you, so probably somebody's going to spend it all in one place.
Also, not easy to spend it all in one place when I can't get it with me.
Yeah. But
The Orendal, would you mind?
Okay.
I think
It's not all for you.
You should be strong enough, the Oriental. think your
Yeah,
strength.
pretty sure I'm fine on strength. 14.
Strength +2. Yeah. Inventory.
I got a -1.
I don't know how much. Yeah, you guys are able to carry it out. And as you hear as the door closes behind you, you hear RP start and says, well, I suppose that one is complete. It means there's going to be another click, and the door closes, silencing the conversation.
I'd like to try to eavesdrop.
Um,
Just linger near the door,
okay.
close enough to maybe get something.
So there is a person at the desk here. The door is here. You're trying to look casual? Give me a deception check if you want to try to look casual. So the gal behind the desk kind of watches you for a moment or two. Is like, you know, they don't appreciate when you try to listen at the door, right?
Yeah. Shush. Moses off.
All right. You guys head out to meet up with your friends. Let's switch over to Risha right now. Risha, you head, and the stroll is easy. You know it well. After a little while, you find yourself instinctively getting into back alleys and out of the visible way of anybody who might be trying to follow you. And you find yourself once again standing at Vex's house. The door in front of you, and probably at this time of day, Vex standing, well, not literally behind it, but somewhere in his house.
Yep. I'm going to quickly pull a very thick piece of cloth up around the lower part of my face and wrap 3 times, pause, and twice more.
You see the peephole that is drilled into this door's center darken, and then the door opens up and an empty hallway exists beyond it. About half dark. You're surprised. You like, you know this place, but it feels like it's darker than normal.
You little rat better not be in trouble. I don't want to be walking into any traps today. I've had enough of that. And I will take a hesitant step inside the door.
Give me a perception check, please. So, the door, you step in hesitantly, look around, the door clicks shut behind you, and you nearly jump out of your skin as you feel his hand just barely touch your shoulder.
Vex, what have I told you about touching me?
Jumpy today, aren't we?
I just went through an entire city of undead for the past week.
Undead schmundead. Did you find anything interesting?
Maybe. What's it to you?
I mean, I'm the one you sell the things to, so if you show me what you have, I will tell you how much it's worth.
No.
Oh.
There was no loot to be had.
Well,
However,
that's boring.
I am low on arrows and do not want to part currently with any cash.
Fine, fine. He kind of brushes past you very carefully, not touching you, but because he knows it annoys you, being just outside or just inside of your comfort bubble. And he works his way into the house and shifts some things around. It's like, how many do you want?
Doesn't should do it.
He rifles through a chest and comes up with a dozen shafts. And says, you know, the more you sell to me, the more money you have. Hands them
I'm
over.
aware. There was nothing there.
Even though there was a week of undead, I only half believe you, but you were headed out to that rat hole that you called home.
Home is home, no matter how much of a rat hole it is. Clearly, as I gesture around the room.
The room is cluttered but well kept. And he chuckles to himself and says, if you do remember something that you need to unload, you'll let me know, right?
But of course, who else would I give it to?
Hey, I mean, your guild will pay stuff for it, but they want taxes out. And their cut.
Exactly. That's no fun.
You know, I may have a job for you.
What kind of job?
Simple one. Well, you say that Miva is open. I may have something to find that is supposed to be there, or nearby at least.
Interesting.
Get back to me. I need to make sure that my patrons are willing to pay.
But of course. You'll be hearing from me, of course.
Of course.
Maybe not in person this next time.
Of course, if you did happen to find any small gems that were there that you didn't recognize, you would tell me, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
Very well. It was good seeing you again.
Mm-hmm.
He heads back to the front door and opens it up and lets you head back out again.
As I step out and out of the stench, I quickly remove my face covering and take a very deep breath.
Just as you do, you hear the door click behind you. Just kind of he had the door just open enough to annoy you when you take your deep breath, because he knows what you do whenever you leave.
What a rat of a man.
All right, moving on to Cryor, or not Cryor, Cryor and Lumi?
Zari.
Sorry. Cryor and Zari. Right, because Lumi was at the guild. So you guys get some looks, as it looks like you have a young man or an older teen bound ahead of you with like arms bound. And Rowan just quietly takes in the city until you guys get to the guard house that Amari works at.
You do the honors. I don't know Amari personally.
Well, I'll try, but you might need to help out a bit.
No problem.
So we walk inside.
Okay. as you cross the threshold, Rowan returns to his previous form.
Thank you, Rowan.
Oh, by the way, he has said literal nothing. In the meantime. And yeah, he kind of gives you a moan and looks around the guard shack, like innocently is probably the right term.
Are there any guards present?
There is a sergeant sitting behind a front desk. There are a couple of day watch working on probably paperwork in this front room. There is a back room that has more space for more guards, and then the office of Amari is behind that.
So I walk up to the sergeant. Sergeant, yes. We.
Oh, hi,
we-
Zari. Sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We need to speak with Captain Amari about a person we need kept safe for a while.
Rowan says, and the sergeant looks between the two of you and the bound Rowan and says, "I'm assuming there's a story here. I know who you are, Zari. Come on, back. Or you know where Amari's office is.
Yes.
Go ahead and head on back. I'll ring him to let him know that you're coming." All right.
So yeah, I head back to their office,
Mm-hmm.
and I pause, hesitate on knocking at the door, and then gently tap on the door to give it a rap.
You hear a confident voice after a couple moments say, "Come in."
Okay, I open the door and bring the other two with me.
I'm not your prisoner.
So Amari is seated at their desk. Since you were the one who came up with this description, if you wouldn't mind, Zari, describing Amari.
Yes, let me pull it up real quick.
I give a small bow out of respect to him.
Them.
Them, sorry.
Yeah.
Captain Amari is non-binary. They have rich mahogany skin. They stand about 5'8" with broad shoulders and a stout body. They have a side-shaved hairstyle with dark reddish-brown dreadlocks on the left side of their head, and a petite goatee on their chin with crisp aqua green eyes.
He looks like he is in his, I guess you'd call it his standard uniform. Not wearing armor currently. Leather pants. A well lived in like teal shirt, and with a leather vest over top of it. To one side, leaning against his desk, he has a sword and shield. On the other side, he has in an armor stand, he has breastplate with Actually, yeah, we'll go with that. The holy symbol of Emberthorn on it. And he looks you over, Zari, and Cryor says, "Oh, Zari and Cryor, I believe. I don't think I've had the pleasure. And who's this with arms bound?"
Yes. And Zari has her hands woven together in front of her, shyly. Yes, we have just returned from our mission with the guild to liberate Miva, and while we were there, um, we found this person. His name's Rowan. Um, we we captured him doing some um, uh, we captured him doing a ritual magic that was causing uh, some disturbances in the town, and well, we need you to keep him safe because there may be people in the city that might come after him.
Come after him to kill him, or come after
Yes.
him to release him, or
Maybe both.
maybe both. Okay.
He has connections with the cult.
Can you prove he has connections with the cult?
He told us so, but he's doing some other horrible things as well to our people. And I show him.
He had the pin, didn't he?
Yes.
The metal pin.
So
Oh.
his holy symbol was the skull with dagger and crown of the
Yeah,
cult.
then we have proof.
Yeah. I don't think he's not from around here. Rowan, can you tell them?
I can tell them, but I don't feel the need at this point. I admit
Okay.
everything, officer. Please, just put me in jail. Unbind these cruel binds. You can tell that Rowan is like super hamming it up. I admit everything. Yes, it was I who started this dastardly thing inside of the town.
Okay. So he said he's from the Feywild, and he was trying to use the ritual to get back there. So we want to help him get back there, but at the same time, the cult might try to silence him for anything that they think he might know. We haven't been able to get any specifics about the cult out of him, and it is my personal belief that he doesn't know very much of the inner workings. It was more of a alliance of opportunity.
A line of usefulness to him.
Accurate.
And I also show them the wand that he used. I'm not gonna let him take it, but just show it. And tell him, well, this is the wand that he used, that he needed for a magic. And he needed our markings. So he would rob people from the markings to power this thing that he was doing.
Dangerous. So, spellcaster?
Yes.
We believe so, but he also is a shape changer that is inherent to his Fey abilities, so that will not be affected by the cells.
Could I give me a persuasion check, please?
From?
From Zari.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Yay, inspiration!
Not much better.
Okay. Rowan is doing his best hurt puppy. But like just standing there, obviously discomfited by the binds. Amari is looking at you skeptically. Not 100% believing you, but at least on guard. He says, "All right, we'll get him into spellbinds and a cell. Just a moment here," and he heads out of the room, lets the door click shut behind you guys, leaving you alone in his small but well-appointed office. So,
Zari takes deep breath.
He like Rowan like gives you an eye, and then is obviously restraining himself from something.
I know what you're thinking, and if you do it, I'm going to punch you.
That's what I figured your reaction would be, but he is, or they are, a very beautiful person.
Yes, quite.
All right. After a few moments, Amari and one of the guards that was up front come back in. Say, "All right, Claire, or arcane or divine spellcaster."
Arcane?
No, they have a holy symbol, so divine.
Oh. I was thinking Fae, so...
Right.
I don't know much about magic.
Oh well, it's easier. You said they had a holy symbol, so, or he had a holy symbol, so probably divine means it should be relatively safe to unbind his arms for long enough to get the scrolls on. Not a sorcerer, at least, right?
We don't believe so.
And Rowan says, "No, I have never been a sorcerer."
But yeah, it's from the Fae, and what I've heard, you can never trust the Fae.
Oh, you can always trust the Fae. Well, to tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. At least if you're in the Feywild. He doesn't resist at all. He lets like once, like there's visible relief on his face as you unbind his hands, but he pulls his hands around to the front and lets them be bound. And can I get a perception check from both of you, please? Zari, as Rowan is bound, the look like underneath the bindings as the locks are closed, you can almost see his skin like trying to retreat from it. It is the best that you can describe, and it kind of gets black and crispy looking a little bit, and then the bindings are bound, the manacles are bound, and whatever that was is completely covered by the manacles themselves.
Rowan, are you okay?
I'm as okay as I will be.
Are all Fae susceptible to cold iron?
are you asking that as a question, or are you a player asking that as a question?
Zari is asking that to Rowan.
He kind of gives you a shrug, and doesn't answer your question.
I will also tell the captain we found some journals. They're in a foreign language. I will take to my monastery to translate them. And if there's any information you want to know, you can contact the monastery, or I will have them contact you.
He nods. All right. I can't hold him here forever. But if you're willing to testify, the penalties for being in the cult are a few years in jail. Yeah, we can hold him for long enough to get him to a trial at least. And
we want to eventually get him home because that's where he wants to go.
I understand, but there are that may have to wait until he has served his time.
That's no problem. We just want to get him home without hurting anybody else.
Amari nods to the guard who takes him off to where the holding cells are. You're thinking, and then looks at the both of you and says, "Back to Miva, huh?"
Well, I don't know. It'll take a while to get people to move there. So not sure what we're doing in the meantime.
He nods.
They probably need to rebuild the quarry first, so people have actual jobs to visit Miva.
I'm sure with the need for stone that it won't take somebody long to do that. Let me know what you guys find out, and don't leave town without letting me know.
Yes, Captain.
kind of a half smile.
Bow again.
All right. He sits back behind his desk and goes back to working on whatever the paperwork was that he was filling out before.
And we leave.
All right. So about you, Lumi. Go ahead.
When we walk back, I want to ask Suri, like, is there a thing?
Thing? What thing? I don't know what thing you're talking about.
Between you and the captain?
Oh no, of course. They would never be into someone like me. They're just very, very attractive, and yeah.
You won't know if you don't try.
Yeah, try. Yeah, maybe.
I'll keep it between us for now. Right?
Thank you.
Right. So, Lumi, Eberkeet, and Loriandal, you guys are the first back at Moma's house. And as you're walking up, you spot a food cart moving down the street. And after having spent on good food, like Zari's a good cook. Was it? Yeah, it was Zari, right? Who's the cook? Yes. So Zari's a good cook, but like you guys, oh shoot, it's a lot.
I can only do so much with rations.
It's a lot of like rehydrated food, beans and stews and so on and so forth. And this food cart, oh wow, I cannot think of the name of this food. It just escaped my brain. It is a meat-filled, corn shelled, cooked in corn husk.
Tamales.
Tamales. Thank God. Okay, so you guys, like, the smell of hot tamales, like, hits you like a ton of bricks. And there's this guy pulling a tamale cart down the road next to you. A little spicy, a little sweet, hot and steamy.
How much are these tamales?
So
Pardon me, sir. How much are your tamales?
he kind of looks up and goes, copper apiece.
I'll take a dozen.
He has dozens of them. So yeah, a dozen of them, no problem. He even has little like baggies that he wraps them up by tens in.
And I assume, Leorendal, that's all for you?
I've already eaten 2 of them, so
I'll have another dozen, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Coming right up. And you guys, like, it's amazing how good this tastes. Even though it is a very simple food.
do you have any salsa?
Well, yes. He moves the cart around, and there is, in fact, spicy salsa on the side of it.
I would like to get some of the spiciest salsa that you have.
He nods and says, "All right," and gives you a little paper container of it. It won't last a terribly long time, but it's long enough that you can either put it over top of the tamales or use it to dip into the tamales.
Exactly. Of course, I'm eating that right now as well.
Uh-huh.
I'm eating 2 of mine, giving Ibrikit some and keeping the rest for shares.
Mm-hmm. So the next to arrive, probably about 10 minutes after the tamale cart has moved on, having sold you, the 3 of you, food. Risha, you arrive back with a quiver full of arrows and a creepy feeling in the back of your neck, like you might be being followed, but you're not 100% sure, or maybe there's a bug on you. You know, one of these things.
Can we get done with what we need to, please, guys? I really need to take a shower after that.
Lumi will hand an open bag towards him while scarfing down the remains of his second one. Tamales. Have.
Yeah. Sure, and I'll just hand it off.
So, Loriandal, you find the tamale that was handed to Risha handed to you.
I eat that as well.
Zari, do you go with Cryor to carry the books back to the temple, or do you head off?
Yeah, I'll go with him, make the drop off, and then I will and then afterwards I will head to the market. I probably need to get paid first.
Uh-huh.
Before I head to the market, so yeah. I think we agreed that we were going to meet at Moma's after we were all finished.
Yep.
So I will head there.
All right, and
I can drop off the books alone as well. I can move faster alone.
No, I can help. It's not a problem.
Like, the books are heavy enough that you would be over encumbered enough that probably not actually move faster alone.
Okay. Yeah.
There's like a couple 100 pounds of books here.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about how many there were.
All right. So, like, 2 hours like, you guys are waiting at Moma's place for a couple hours before a satisfied? I'm not actually sure. But either way, you see Cryor and Zari coming up around the edge of the wall towards you guys.
Hey guys, tamales! Yay!
I'm not good with too spicy food.
I
Oh.
take a couple and assess them.
They are no longer steamy hot, but they are almost as good, like, cooled as they were hot.
Moma, yes, I've eaten. Moma, please.
Are you sure, dear?
Risha, you pass on a tamale.
I don't
You're-
like the corn.
You're thinner every time I see you. Here,
I'm the same.
have you at least take one of these. And she like forces a chocolate croissant into your hand.
I will slowly start nibbling at it. Thanks.
Oh, you're all back. It's
Yes.
good to see you. How was your journey?
Eventful.
Safe.
Good. I'm glad to hear that you were safe. And she starts just like going from person to person, and as she passes you by, you suddenly find yourself holding a chocolate croissant, but you never see where she's getting them from, really, but they are warm and flaky and a little buttery and chocolate. The smell hits you like smell of something that's very tasty.
I look at the other three that went into the barracks. Oh, the barracks, our guild. So, was the pay good?
Too heavy for me to carry. Leondal, let's crack open the chest and divvy up the coin.
You want to do that publicly?
You guys, like, I'm assuming that Moma has kind of a little side place where you guys hang out that is not very public.
Okay.
We're in
Just making sure.
We're in the like dining room or
Yeah.
whatever.
Front.
Oh, I don't care if Moma sees this.
Right. Moma has gone back to her kitchen, and you can hear like the sounds of cooking going on.
Oh, I peek in real quick and say, Moma, I'm heading to the market in a bit. If you need anything, make me a list, please.
Oh, okay, dear. And she like looks over, and there is a list of about 35 things attached to one of her cabinets. And she looks around for a scrap of paper and starts writing down.
Oh boy, I'm gonna need a cart for this.
You did that to yourself.
All right, so yes, 1050 total in the box.
We'll start counting out 175 brass per person.
Okay.
So go ahead and add that to your character sheets.
As GP, because
Yeah, as you
rules.
175, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
About the time that you guys are done splitting up the money, you guys, I don't know. Well, I guess you can figure out what you're gonna do with the 4 pounds of treasure chest. The guild will be happy to take it back from you, or you can keep it. They don't really care. It's not very expensive. But with a waft of like bread just going into the oven, Grandma Moma comes out and hands you a list, Zari. Just a couple of things, dear. 50 pounds of flour, 2 dozen eggs. 30 pounds of butter,
etc.,
etc.
etc.
I have a I have a thingy at the market, so just let them know it's for me, and they'll fill you up.
A tab.
Yeah,
Do,
tab.
do we really need 30 pounds of butter, Moma? I told you oil is better for us.
Well, but you don't get the flaky crust with the oil. Okay,
I
lard.
mean,
I'm willing to go as far as lard.
I mean, I'm still going to get some butter, but we need to like balance it out with some healthier options here.
Lard, then.
That's no.
Healthy, smelthy, Zari.
Okay, well, whatever you come up with here. I mean, I'm sure they'll have something there.
Yeah, I'm with them. Just get the butter. It'll be fine.
Okay.
We're active enough. Shouldn't be too bad.
Does Moma have like a little donkey in a cart that they take to the market that I can, take with me?
You have never seen anything like that.
Then how does she get it here?
You don't know.
Could be delivered.
Like, you swear there's probably magic involved, because like ingredients go in and massive like pastries come out, but you don't know where the ingredients come from. And you have no idea how one person has enough time to make 4 or 5 or 6 different kinds of bread and pastry a day.
Well, I mean, delivery with the prices they're charging today, no way.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to go see if I can borrow someone's donkey and cart, because
I have a slight technical question because technically we haven't had the complete long rest yet, so it would be technically before the long rest. In which case, I would still have the carrying disc spell prepared.
Well, that's fine.
But I changed it because you said long rest.
Right. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with you using your floating disc to help Zari get the supplies back to Moma. I was gonna ask, do you guys have anything specifically we want to do, or do we want to go ahead and go for at least a week of downtime?
Sure.
Only thing really Lumi wants to do is just get a new set of armor. Studded leather.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna not do much except train and discuss with the monastery what happened.
Okay. All right, so we will go ahead and new page.
I want to do some shopping, but we can do that after.
Right. So we can go ahead and go through a week of downtime. Could everybody please let me know what lifestyle they are choosing? Covered under living expenses and you.
So Zari has an apartment of their own. So it'd be comfortable.
Yep. So 14 brass for the 7 days.
Inventory. Done.
Woo. Who else?
I will go with comfortable as well.
Okay. All right, and yeah, comfortable because you need time to work on projects. Yep. So, is everybody going for comfortable?
Let me probably go modest.
Okay. It would be 7 brass for the 7 days.
And
not-
that's a negatory for me as well, because I am just hitting 2 bronze a day.
Poor? Okay.
Mhm.
So you won't have time for a project, but you can eat like oatmeal and stuff, and yeah, 2 bronze a day. Go
Yep.
for it.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is walk into Moma's and she's going to drop 10 pounds of food on you.
Accurate enough. All right. If everybody's got their, go ahead.
I would think modest.
Okay. Go ahead and deduct that from your pay, or from your gold brass. And those of you who are comfortable or better, what projects are you going to spend a week working on?
There we go.
What? Can you give an example of a project?
Projects would be things like, Iberkeet putting spells in his spell book. If you wanted to try to create a magic item, if you want to train to pick up like a feat outside of the normal schedule of leveling, if you wanted to start a business, the business would be a project.
I
That
did.
sort of thing.
Oh, looking for the orange.
Well, I have my work at the Cook's Guild that I
Yep.
can be doing, as well as I will be visiting Rowan every day and asking him questions about the Feywild and asking him to tell me stories and
Okay.
to write things down, and write things down about it. So he feels a bit more comfortable.
We'll get back to that in a hot few minutes. So I think there are downtime activities listed in the maybe the DMG specifically, but if you want to, it's anything that you would like to do, and then I'll try to come up with how long does that take, and does it take any extra money, or does it take just time, that sort of thing. Oh, and expanded in Xanathar's, sure. So anything that's in the Xanathar's projects list, and then just anything you would want that isn't necessarily like, oh, I'm going to get to level 4 and I get a feat now, like, sort of thing. All right. So, go ahead.
Where do I find that book again? The sources.
Yeah. So Zari, you during the week of downtime, you go by and occasionally you will see Amari, and occasionally you won't, but you go in and you talk to Rowan, and he seems open and willing to talk. And then one of the times between when you're there, I'm gonna do a. So you leave one day. It's about you. It's been about 3 days that he's been confined, and it's that evening. None of you are here to see this. That evening, Rowan, the guard, is coming by and is like, so how long you in for, Rowan? And Rowan kind of looks up to him and says, in his voice, completely calmly, as he transitions into looking like the guard, oh, not very much longer, and grabs a hold of the guard and pulls him tightly to the cell. And until the guy passes out. He dribbling food down the food that he was going to give to Rowan, dribbling food down his front. And Rowan gingerly pulls the keys from the guy's belt and unlocks the cell door, and then pulling a different key from the belt, unlocks his manacles and places his manacles on the floor, takes the guard out of the guard's clothing, swaps it out with his own clothing, dresses the guard as best he can, and then in his own clothing, and then carefully using the guard's weapon removes his head. Putting the head into a nearby he finds a nearby satchel or a bag or something, and he puts it in. He attaches the manacles to the guard's arms, and he closes the cell door and locks it, and heads off into the night with nobody the wiser.
Why did I have to be so stunned? I could have rolled higher. I warned them. I tried to.
So the next day when you come in, you come by, and as you come in, you feel a hand on an elbow. And you are quick-stepped into Amari's office. And
is it by Amari?
No, it's by one of the guards.
Okay.
But there's definitely you are being marched into the office, and the guard gives you a push into the room. Give me a dexterity save, please.
Ooh, that's a no.
You stumble a little bit, landing up against Amari's desk, just giving you're a pretty big person, giving it a little bit of a shove, and he looks up at you and looks at the chair next to you and says, "You said that Rowan was a shape changer, right?"
So Captain Amari sitting at their desk.
Yeah.
So I am really close.
Yes.
So Zari is going to first blush, and then going to try to stand up and compose herself and say, "Yes, I did try to tell you that."
Well, apparently somebody got to him, because we found the headless corpse we found a headless corpse inside of the cage. Doesn't really look like Rowan. The height's a little wrong and stuff, but he in the cell last night, and one of our guards has gone missing. So we suspect that the guard was actually a member of the cult, and when nobody else was looking, murdered him in his cell.
Are we sure? I don't know that much about shape changers, but I believe Cryor and Iberkeet have been doing some research, and they might change when they die. I'm not sure. They said something about it.
Come on. And he stands up, dons his armor, and heads toward the cells.
Follow.
Right. So you arrive at the cells, and this cell is a complete bloody mess. When this person died, they died pumping. Like the head was removed while they were still alive. And yeah, the floor and the walls and everything's like we know the blood is the corpses. That much matches. But clothes match. The manacles are on it still.
I want to do an investigation on the skin under the manacles.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Nope.
You look, and as far as you can tell, it looks like what you would expect. The skin is darkened. You're as confident as you can be that this is the corpse of Rowan.
Okay. Well, I guess, it's... I really wanted to help him get home.
I know.
But
somebody else decided that you wouldn't get that chance. I'm sorry. And he, like, rests a hand on your shoulder. He has to reach up to do it since he's shorter than you are.
Yep.
And says, but given your reaction, I trust that you weren't part of this, so...
Well, thank you for telling me. I will go inform the rest of my crew because they should probably know as well.
They nod, and they head off to yell at another guard to summon a priest of priest of Nadra to take care of the body.
Okay, so as Zari walks out of the guardhouse, she takes her fist and slams it hard against the outside wall of the building, and cracks the plastering on the building, and there is some sparks of lightning that zap out from her arm and finger their way around the impact before she takes her hand away, leaving an impression.
You get the attention of a person who kind of looks surprised at the loud crack and thunder, like small thunder sound, but sees a very large, very frustrated / angry looking person and just puts their head down and continues on their day.
And turn around and walk away.
All right. So, the rest of you have projects, yes? Or you can let me know between streams as well if you can't think of something but want something to do.
I'm trying to find a magical item.
Okay, that would definitely be a project for a week. What kind of magical item?
Something that can help my vision.
I'm assuming a specific magical item?
Maybe goggles of night.
Okay. Goggles of night vision.
No, just goggles of night they're called.
Oh, well.
But or something similar that has like once a day or once a short rest or long story.
Goggles
Please,
of
that
night.
gives me vision without having a torch in my hand.
Sure. Uncommon magical item.
Yeah, it's uncommon.
Okay. A week is enough time to find if there is one in town. Give me a investigation, please.
Ouch.
So with an 8, you do not find anybody who has goggles of night, and nor do you find anybody who like could make them for you in a small amount of time.
Yeah, or a similar item that
Yeah.
does a little bit of that effect. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. That's my downtime.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to do?
I will be talking about it after.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Player is searching for player of Zari is risen for the Storm Herald subclass with the Druidcraft check the weather.
Yes, I was going to do a walkabout and unlock my Storm Herald powers.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Brain fart. Oh, with the delivery of the books to the temple, Kryor. Monastery, yes. They do start working on finding they found somebody who can translate them. And they begin to translate them to Fayan and of course record them at the same time. There are enough books here that it will be a weeks-long project for them to complete it. It would also be a project for anybody who would like to study the books to try to learn if you want to ask like specific questions that might be contained within them.
It's mostly about magic, right? So I won't do that.
Right.
And I already spent my week.
Yep. All right. So finding yourself hanging out at the Oh no, I left you guys on here. I didn't actually intend that. I meant to put you back to the city. Oh well, whatever. So finding yourselves after about a week, all hanging out at the game table inside of the Adventurers Guild, probably playing card games or something. NPC names. RP walks up to the table and kind of politely waits for a break in the conversation and for her to be noticed.
Lumi will not visibly raise his head, but just look kind of up from the game and just kind of gruffly just say, "Yeah."
Have a everybody else could get a perception check from everybody, please. Says
my passive is 13.
Okay, passive is good enough.
Passive
20
is higher.
Yeah. So by now you guys have all pretty much all cottoned on to the fact that Risha is badly cheating at cards, but I don't think anybody's actually said anything because she's also badly cheating at cards and so not actually succeeding at winning. She goes, have a couple jobs you guys might be interested in. Heading back towards Haifa, or sorry, towards Miva.
Sure. That sounds intriguing.
What they are about.
Hey, come on and follow me. And she leads you guys into Gamil's office. He is currently not in. And she rustles around on, there's a study table here. Goes, got a couple jobs I think you all might be good for. This one, and she holds out a sheet of paper. Apparently there are a bunch of issues with people disappearing out about a day and a half away from town in the direction of Miva. You guys said that on your way back you ran into some Ankegs, thinking it may be related to that. Usually they don't take people, but it's not unheard of.
Yeah, on the way up we had some problems as well.
Yeah, and then she...
That was a bullet, though.
She digs around a little bit more and comes out with another one. And then there's also a troop of people heading to verify that Miva is okay for settlement. And if it is, they're going to start working on getting a quick crop planted and making it so that more people can come. Basically, your job would be to guard them there, help them establish a camp in or near town, and then return back if they succeed in establishing a perimeter / camp to let us know that more people can immigrate there. Neither of these jobs are on any super rush time frame, although the Onkegs is probably the more urgent. Although we do need to get the town established soon, otherwise we won't be able to plant a crop.
Can't we take them both?
I mean, one at a time. You could take one, and then if nobody else is taking the other, you could start it up.
I think the Ankegs take priority. That's people in danger.
She nods.
I agree.
She goes, there have been enough people that the city guard is willing to pay 2,000 brass. If you can find the Ankeg nest and kill the queen and bring proof of its death.
Risha, can your friends get us some alchemist fire?
Probably. Depends on if anybody has any that they're not keeping a close eye on.
If you see Kohar, they may be able to find you something like that as well. Kohar is known as the Master of Treasures if for the guild, and they're willing to. They sell things. Alchemist fire, maybe not, but any sort of like trinkets or holy water or stuff like that. Mundane and some magical things. So, will you be taking the Ankegs?
I think we will. That seems high priority.
She nods.
The way Zari smashed one on the way back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was great. Cracked its head right open.
All right. Well, it's about the people have gone missing. They're about a day to somewhere between 1 and 2 days outside of town. Close by where you guys ran into them. So I think you have a good idea. What was that?
What was their methods of traveling?
Onkegs?
Okay.
No, the people.
The people, yeah.
The people who went missing.
Yes.
They farm. They were farmers and local people there.
Okay.
Traveling by cart or by foot or...
They might have just been taken from their farm.
Yeah, so it's first few people went missing were like somebody came by to a farm to like check on how planting was going or how their animals were doing, and they just weren't there. And then
Were the animals there?
the animals were not.
Okay.
But yeah, it's to this way.
North?
North, and then to the north, south, west, towards Miva. 2 days would put it right on the very outskirts of the like civilized spaces, so right on the edge of where guard patrols would guard and farms would grow and sort of like that.
Yeah, sounds like the Ankegs is the greater threat.
Right.
Because if they're there, the expeditionary force will likely suffer losses as well.
Fair enough. All right, I'll write you down as taking on the job. If you have anything to buy from the guild, just let Kohar know. I'm sure they're around somewhere. Otherwise, good luck. And she goes, see you in about a week, probably. A couple days out, couple days back.
All right.
Something like that.
If we have any more questions about the job, we may come and ask before we leave.
Mm-hmm. So I just got a picture. So I haven't been describing people because I don't have good descriptions of them. But I just got a picture of Kohar. So Kohar is a probably 5'3", 5'4", very stout individual, very bright green skin, non-binary to femme appearance, but they have like almond eye shape, pointed ears, and like all four tusks. To the like their tusks are long enough that they kind of have a little bit of a lisp that they can't quite get around, and they are bright and smiley and always seem to have some little trinket about their person.
I might need to see a certain Kohar about a certain suit of armor as Lumi in motions towards his battle-damaged leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
I will see them as well.
Any mundane item is available if it's less than 50 brass. Anything over 50 brass, and we'll have to roll to see if they have something on hand right now.
Good thing is set of studded leathers only cost 45.
Uh-huh. So yeah, any mundane item less than 50 brass, they have at least one of. Risha and Zara, you should have that conversation out loud so that the stream can hear it.
Oh. Yes, so Risha is talking, has been talking with Vex about maybe a client of theirs wanting the the unusual gems, the dragon shards we picked up from Rowan's spell circle, and I'll tell her to ask for more details. I might be able to part with a few of them for the right price.
We'll see. I'm still waiting on Vex to get back to me about it. Not that I trust the man.
Yeah, Vex said that he had a job, but hasn't really been forthcoming. Hasn't sought you out unless you seek him out.
Not during this week.
Okay. So, you guys find anything that you need for shopping? We can hand wave that, and you can do your shopping between streams, unless you something critical. And a couple, you guys head out and get to about the place that you were attacked. It's a lot less pleasant walking out here than it is on a cart. But you still go ahead.
Is it?
I mean,
I'm
I
just
would
trying to. Come on, people. Can you keep up the pace a little bit?
Are you buying my next pair of shoes, Creor?
Look at me. Just don't wear shoes at all.
Ha 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 ha. Have you ever seen calluses on my feet?
No, and I don't have hope to.
Not that I've ever let you see my feet.
A good pair of boots will save you a lot of trouble and still let you keep up, unless you're a monk like Cryer. And then we're all just hopelessly left behind.
You want speed? That wears out my shoes. You want speed? You buy me new shoes.
You don't need clothing. Just use your bare foot.
Some of us do.
I was gonna say, Cryor's feet are amazingly calloused.
Does he
I would
have
just
feet
gesture
left?
to all the metal
Yeah.
that I am wearing. Like, some of us should very much be wearing shoes of some kind. Thank you.
All right. So you guys are able to find the location. The corpses of the Ankeg are nowhere to be found. By now it's been a week and a bit. Theoretically, if nobody came along, they should be real ripe. So the fact that they're gone is a thing.
Do we see any disturbance in the ground?
Could I give everybody to give me a survival check? So Risha did real good. Cryer did good enough with a 15.
Nat 20.
Nice. So with a natural 20, we'll have extra information. So Cryor, Zari, and Risha, the three of you, can see, like, when you guys are familiar enough with Ankegs to know that they are tunneling creatures. They will tunnel anywhere they feel threatened at all. They will tunnel under the ground, and it leaves behind a definite pattern to the soil. You're able to pick this up, and it's going almost straight north of here. into the oh shoot. Setting question. What is it? The razor grass I think I called it.
Yep.
Yeah, razor grass field to the north of here. This time of year, that is passing through razor grass is possible but slow. If Vuji will do it because they have horns that are made to be able to do it. You guys are gonna get a little cut up and mussy to try to do it. Zari with a natural 20. After following the trail for a little while, you see a small stone on the ground. And pick it up, and it is a amulet, a charm of some type. Looks like it was somebody was wearing it, and when they from the ground disturbance, they were walking near here and were first dragged along the ground, losing this in the razor grass, and then dragged under the ground as the razor grass got more tangled, leaving this small charm.
Do I recognize it as a mundane item or a magical charm?
It appears it is either very well crafted or magical.
Okay. I go back to the group from my searching and be like, I found this near one of the tunnels into the grass. I think it might be magical. Iberkeet, can you do some thing on it?
Do I recognize it?
Give me a knowledge history.
No.
You're pretty sure you know where you could find it in your monastery.
Do we have 10 minutes to cast Identify on it, or do we want to
It's up to you
keep
guys.
searching through the...
We're near a farm at the moment, right?
Yeah, fairly near, within half mile probably. You can see the fields laid out.
So how long is that for travel?
Maybe an hour.
Could investigate the farm, and while we investigate the farm, you can cast Identify.
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I'll keep Iberkid safe.
All right. Nope, not that.
I meant as a group, together, to go to the farm.
Yeah.
And then do the ritual there.
Yep. He can sit outside while we look around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, what's the name of your familiar? Iberkeet.
Ah, that's a great question. What is the name of your familiar? Jawbreaker? Okay.
Jawbreaker.
All right. Okay, so you guys head over to the farm. Iberkeet finds a room that is relatively safe to cast Identify. It is a necklace of adaptation. So, while wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment, and you have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors, such as cloud kill, and stinking cloud effects, inhaled poisons, and the breath weapons of some dragons.
Oh, really? Would it help get rid of Bets's stench?
I mean, his
I
stench
don't
isn't
think that's magical.
It's not magical, so it's just body odor. Either way, you guys can figure out who that goes. Investigating the farm, you see evidence that there were animals here, and there were people here. But like you often see like a splash of blood, and then a drag line, and then the drag line will often end inside of a tunnel, or not tunnel, disturbed earth. Could I get a really, really, really good investigation check from everybody, please?
Yeah, I specifically want to know about the humans.
Who's got the best investigation? You can get a guidance from Lumi.
Well, not me.
I cannot promise a really good one, but I will make an attempt.
I think Iberkeet has your best actual investigation.
Well, at least it
Well,
wasn't a one.
Ibrikit, roll another d4 and add it to your 22.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the farm. Yep, it's a farm.
Mm-hmm. 4.
There's nobody here.
With a 26 total, that exceeds the 25 necessary.
Guidance for the win.
So Iberkeet, what you notice is in amongst the Onkeg footprints and drag lines and similar, there is a very almost completely covered over by all of the other stuff. Very, very, very large barefooted footprint.
Yep, it's a farm and there's nobody here anymore. I'm sure of it.
Dare you might say even giant sized. All right. Yeah, he points it out.
Well,
And now the rest of you are like, "Oh, how did I miss that?"
that's a footprint of a biggin.
Let's fight it.
Knowledge. What knowledge skills exist?
History, nature,
Survival.
religion, arcana.
Look at that door. That's still a door.
Nature. Or history with a higher DC.
I'm too distracted.
Fair enough. Iberkeet with the history, with a 20 is high enough, because that's the higher DC. Anybody else gonna try? Doesn't look like it.
I tried.
Right.
I failed.
I think
like always
Eberkeet's
do.
on the ball today.
Yeah, Iberkeet's got it. Okay, so Iberkeet, this is like the shape of it and the size of it, and it looks, with a 20 and history, it looks like what you've seen written down as a troll footprint.
Did we ever get those alchemy flasks?
Like I said, they are mundane items less than 50 gold, so you can buy them from. And you said specifically you were going to buy them, so yes.
Yep. Okay, let's see.
I'll let you guys figure that out between sessions.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like a troll footprint. What in character do you know about trolls? Well, you just made a good history check, so you've read about them. They are considered fey creatures. They are ugly. They are terrifying. They are very hard to kill, depending on the type of troll. Acid can do it. Fire can do it, but pretty much has to be something like that. It depends, again, on the type of troll. And they are not terribly bright. More almost animalistic. But they are known to capture people and eat them or torture them to create more trolls. Like, with a 20, you know that trolls are known to capture people. You don't really remember much other than that. But yeah, that's what you would know about trolls.
I'd like to just try to use survival skill and try and deduce the direction of the footsteps.
Go for it. 23. You can pick up a trail. It's generally heading in the same direction as the Ankeg. And by the look of the footprints, it looks like, with the disturbance in the ground that the Ankegs do when they tunnel, and the fact that you don't find more than the occasional footprint, the Ankegs are probably following the troll and kind of erasing their existence.
Okay, as I've been following it for a couple of minutes, just trying to figure that out, I'll come back and... Well, looks like the Ankeg are trying to maybe eat the troll?
Iberkate, you were doing your divination stuff.
Rolling dragon bows, laying out our 8 cards. Specific course of action likely to take place within the next 30 minutes. Go ahead.
Follow the troll.
If you follow the troll, nothing is the answer. You get back no good nor bad nor both response.
An absence in response.
Yes, you specifically get an absence of response.
Yeah, from what you're telling us about trolls, even if I didn't find Ankegs, I would technically call trolls part of the mission too, because they seem to want to pick up people as much as Ankegs do, or more.
Ankegs tend to murder and eat things there.
So you're telling they're behaving different?
Yeah, from what you're aware of, yeah, this is weird. Like, Ankegs are known for, like, their favorite food is the Vuji, and they tend to hunt animals. But they're bright enough that, generally speaking, they don't hunt people. They tend to stay away from civilized places. Unless there's enough of them that they, like, get desperate for food. But yeah.
But there were no kills on site this time. They were all dragged away.
You would see blood splatters and drag lines, but no corpses left eaten here.
That is strange behavior, my friends.
Yep. So both is on point, on mission. Anyone opposed?
For the glory of fighting.
Lumi will chuckle at that comment.
I say that's our best option right now.
Yeah. Gather more information.
All right. With a 23 survival, Lumi, you are able to follow this trail until the sun sets. This is several hours of following this trail. And you find that there is in the hills of the Badlands, you are going along and you see a collapsed section of hill with just a bunch of trail lines going into it. And that is where we will leave it for today. So, thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to everybody else for watching. We'll pick right back up here with the Ankeg nest next time. I hope to see you all then. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been great having you here. Bye.